Kirti. And then now we move on with the second review. Saturday Stories by Rashmi Bansal. This will be reviewed by Kalyan Chakravarthy garu. Over to you, Andy.
Thank you, Radhika garu. I hope my audio is fine. Okay.
Yes, Andy. Yes.
So, yeah, this is a much lighter book than the autobiography that was just reviewed, I guess. So, is it visible? Yeah.
Yes.
So, very light, very few pages. This is how much, like 150 pages or so. So, as the title suggests, it is short stories, and it is light and pleasant. What is interesting about this is it is written by an author, Rashmi Bansal, who actually is a non-fiction writer. She has written around about 10 books earlier on non-fiction, mainly on entrepreneurship and motivational things and all. So about the author is, like I remember Radhika garu had, when I told the name of the author, people do remember her last book, which was Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish. So yeah, I've not read that, but so yeah, she is popular and people were surprised that she's written fiction. So anyway, the how this came about was I suggested this book to somebody, and he actually purchased it. And when I visited the gentleman, I brought it along. So I really liked it. So what I'm going to do is I prepared a kind of a very, very short summary of how I'm going to review this in few minutes. This has a few parts. Like first, I told about the author, then how this I'll be telling you about how she wrote this book and how this idea came about. And there are two parts in this book, so that I will just tell you. Then I'll just speak briefly about the writing style, why this is good, and the main part is the stories. There are very small stories, short stories, 2-3 pages, and there are 29 of them, and 4 or 5 other shorter stories. Then in the end, I'll do the recommendation, and the last part will be the conclusion. So to begin how this came about was she was writing fiction, non-fiction, and COVID came about. So during COVID, she happened to write one small one story and share it with her friends, and they really liked it, and they said, you should write more, and give us more. So during those times, this book was written. So most of them, out of the 29 stories, many are related to experiences and struggles and incidences about that period, which I understand every one of us here will relate to. So whenever every story that you read, you will relate immediately to how this must have happened like that. So that is one thing which is very nice to. It's easy to read because of this aspect. Unlike an autobiography, I may not be interested that much in knowing about a person or that part. So this is light. It's more like snacks. Quickly you can devour a lot of the stories. So the stories, like I said, they are very interesting titles. And I think being a North Indian, there is a flavor of Hindi and a mixture of Hindi and English. The quality of writing is very good because, of course, she must, be been writing for so long. So the writing is not very heavy or to rave about, it's really, it's conversational, but yet very, very, very likable. I would say. So, like, I'll just take you through the names of the topic, and I will not tell you what the story is about. Why I will not do is because every story has a twist at the end. So that makes it, why I'm reviewing it here today. So that there is a word called intriguing. I will add pleasantly intriguing. So after every story, you will say, "Oh, yeah, nice. This ended, well, or I did not expect this." So she's kind of added. So it has stories have humor. The stories have some, struggle, stories of struggles or inspirational. And some of the stories are about real life people, which we come to know at the end that, oh, so and so was the person who did this. So that way, a few of them are, about real life achievements. Some about, how people have, ingeniously come over the problems that they were facing in terms of business, in terms of, a lot of things. So when I go through the topics and a short description, you will come to know what I am talking about. For example, the first story is Free at Last. The name of the story is Free at Last. So she's sitting at a bench when, after 30 months later, maybe 2.5 years, when I think the vaccine started, I think was visible, and, people are looking for, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. So that is it talks about that. The second one is what they don't teach you at Harvard School. So this is, it will be a dark humor, but yeah, it ends very you will never expect the ending that this story had. It's about people who are struggling with some basic needs in COVID, beginning of COVID. Then there is a very nice story about, it's called How I Met Your Mother. It's about a guy called Ram. He's a very nice boy. But he's very shy, and it's about, somebody, palm reader. Yeah. Somebody reads his palm and tells him what is, better half will be. So how that turns out. So nice, funny and nice done. Then there is a next story called Grapes of Rot. So it's about business ingenuity that people do. One person does when everything is locked down and, nothing is moving. And there is a title called Diamonds Are Forever. This is again, it's about people who are dealing in diamonds or business of diamonds, and how they kind of the spirit of, people, how it comes out. Then there are 2 poems in this. There are also 2 poems. I forgot to mention that. So one poem is called Ode to Love. So yeah, if anybody who is into poems will like that. A few lines, 2-3 pages. Then the next story is Lambi Race Ki Ghodi. So that is also, it's about a foreigner who gets stuck in India during COVID. So how she has to, navigate out of that, what she faces. Then the next is Lord of Rings. This is spooky but funny. You will, I guarantee that it'll evoke laughter when the story ends. So that is nice. There is one story about, it's titled The Last Tribe. It's about immunity, which was talked about a lot during COVID period. Then the next title is Hum Aapke Hai Kaun. It's a story about a milkman. So yeah, very relatable. Then there is a story called Child's Play. This is very, I kind of connected it well. It's about a bright kid, very bright kid, and I know how that turns out. Then woman of substance. This, the audience here would love the first para. I would let you will immediately. It's the first para is about Kanjivaram saris and the housewife. Not about the story is not about Kanjivaram saris, of course, but about a housewife and how she loves Kanjivaram saris and how many she has in her suitcase. Then there is a title called State of Mind. This talks about how when the best ideas come. At what point? They say, when you're having a shower, you get the best ideas. So, because you're not scrolling your phone or looking at a TV or a computer, something like that. Then, Chal Dhanno is, I think, one next. So, that is also very nice. It's about migration. You all remember people migrated from long distances from Bihar and all. So it's one of those aspects. Then there is a funny story called Taking a Chance. A man goes to a barber shop and he picks up stock tips, from somebody who's getting a haircut next to him, and how that turns out. So nice. Then Real Medicine. It's about an ingenious doctor. She's a lady, of course, lady doctor. She has a treatment. There is something that she wants the village to adopt and women to adopt, but they are not able to do it. So how she comes up with a very ingenious idea. So that will be nice. Then Faking It is the next one. It's about designer handbags. Again, a lot of interest for the ladies out here. So that's nice. And there is a story of Matter of Pride. It's about a sportsman, an athlete. So how he comes up. Then one more poem, Shayar To Nahi. This is the title. So this is also nice. There is a title called Think Pink. This is for all the women here. So when you read that, you will definitely like it. Path of Destiny. This Ramchandra Garu, this will interest you a lot. This is about science and spirituality. A story about science and spirituality. It's a real story actually. It's not about COVID time or anything. That is how that happened. How spirituality and science merged or kind of came together. Then Memories of Midnight. This is a story about partition. A girl interviewing an old lady who had came from Pakistan at that time, and her struggle and what happened about that, and how that interview turned out. So it is again a lot of Punjabi is thrown in there because she is from Punjab there. Mistress of Spices. So do I need to say anything else? It is about spices. So yeah, this also ends on a very funny note. And the item that I will not disclose the name of the spice, that is because that is the intrigue there or the suspense. Then Stand By Me is about racism, a very, very maybe similar to what Kirti Garu's book also talks about a little bit about black people and something Black Lives Matter. Somewhere that is there. Then there's another story called Rishte Naate, which again I immediately can connect it to what Radhika Garu was saying about elderly people and family WhatsApp group and how you cannot talk back to them. So in real, this is happening. I mean, you spoke about it and it is there here. So how that turns out, how the generation gap and people can't tell things or WhatsApp group, old people, one old gentleman keeps sharing all the knowledge and how the young boys and they Mama ji ko kaise bataye. So good fun that is. Work is Worship is another title. It's about a very hardworking person called Abdul. And yeah, you like it when you read it, but the end will surprise you. So that is that. And last 3 stories. Tell me why. This story is about Jain food. So who are vegetarians, and maybe it is about that kind of how she travels abroad, like Kirti Garu. She goes settle somewhere in London or UK, I think. So how she deals with that part. Not from COVID. Then there is a story called Bachpan Ke Din, which it's about childhood memories. Once the person grows old and how they catch up with old friends. And the last story is Mission Impossible. The title of the story is Mission Impossible. It is about a very relevant geopolitical subject, which I would again not like to disclose because it is the suspense at the end. So that is nice. So these are the 29 stories. So after she wrote this book, she has started, because COVID, everybody started using Zoom. Like our CCB, we ventured into Zoom. She also ventured into online training of about writing for students. She started a course for writing books for students. So part of that program, students have written 4 or 5 stories. So those are in the second part of the book, 4 or 5 stories. I am not going to review them. That is the second part. So having gone through this recommendation, who is this book for? So I am very sure that whoever has heard me would find that it can be picked up by them. So it's basically it's for a sir. Ramchandra.
I like stories, sir.
Sorry, sir.
I like short stories a lot.
Yeah. So like someone like Ramchandra Murthy Garu or anybody, it is for anybody. It's an easy read. You can just pick it up and read it. In the lift, while going in the lift, while coming down, you can just finish. So very nice. Second, if you know somebody who wants to get into reading, but is scared of books and things that are very big deal, this is a very good for beginners. Very easy, and they can immediately likable and pick up reading.
The e-book you are having, sir?
Sorry, sir.
Is it e-book unda?
లేదు సార్ ఈ-బుక్ రాలేదు సార్ దీనికి అంటే అమెజాన్ లో ఉంది అండ్ ఐ హావ్ ఫిజికల్ వన్ సో యా సో రికమెండేషన్ ఇస్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీవన్ అండ్ స్పెషల్లీ ఫర్ బిగినర్స్ కన్క్లూజన్ ద బుక్ ఇస్ వర్త్ why because the stories are relatable, of course it is likable, digestible, nice. Second, you can keep it is a very good addition to your library. Not only you, anybody comes to your house, if you say, please can you wait for some time, I have work to finish, I'll come join you later, give him this, give him or this, and they can just it's like a coffee table book. So that way, so I would highly recommend it. The title which I have given is, the caption of my review is Saturday Stories, Pleasantly Intriguing. I hope you all read it and like it. Tell me about it when you do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.